Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your 21 card Gypsy Tarot love spread. Sorry if this is a little bit quick, should be about between 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But people like the readings a bit shorter anyway. So we're going to see what's coming in for love for Gemini for the month of June 2017. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for June for love in a 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in the month of June for love. I just want to see their love lives. What's coming in for Gemini and love? Show me Gemini and love in the month of June 2017. Show me Gemini and love in the month of June 2017. Show me Gemini and love in the month of June 2017. Show me Gemini and love in the month of June 2017 in a 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread. Show me. Alright, so we've shuffled the deck. Oh, for this, my darlings, I am using the Radiant Raider White tarot deck, which I absolutely adore. Let's just separate the deck into three, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to just start laying the cards out. So, 3 rows of 7 cards. And let's make sure I've got this the right way up. So we've got, we'll just keep on laying them. 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so we've got the 21 cards. I forgot I was meant to use my other deck, the pictorial key, but I've for some reason just gone straight to using this one. So it doesn't matter anyway, they're the same sort of pictures. All the cards I use are usually sort of derivative of the Rider Waite anyway, so it's the same thing. Okay. So let's have a look at what's going on for Gemini. Let's have a look at the mental and emotional, which is this area here, Gemini. Page of Swords crowns a reading for your mental and emotional. Situation of the Page of Swords can be an argument because Page of Swords is can be quite an aggressive nature. This could also be maybe an air sign individual this situation is based on. For Gemini, and this could be you, in fact, really, because even though I don't usually attribute any astrological sign to the Page of Swords, nevertheless, it is an air sign card, so potentially this could be you guys here, this Page of Swords. But Page of Swords, pages usually show up when there are, especially with the Page of Swords, sometimes this is a delayed message. Some readers, it depends with tarot. It's a difficult one, really, because if you were just to go based on books and general meanings of the tarot, what you'd find is some readers would say Page of Swords is about an immediate message that comes because it's a sword, it's an active energy, same as Page of Wands. Now, Page of Wands is definitely for me a message that can come through quick. Alright, so I'll explain it this way. Some people say Page of Swords is a quick message along with the Page of Wands. Page of Cups is a message that comes in time, and Page of Pentacles means a message that takes a long time to come because Pentacles are very kind of long, they're drawn out energies, they're passive energies like a cup card is. So Page of Swords, Page of Wands for some people are where a message takes very quick to arrive. Some people say, and I'm really off the school of thought that Page of Swords is either, I've seen this card turn up a lot when people are arguing or when somebody tells you to fuck off or something like that, you get a Page of Swords showing up. Page of Swords can also, as I've said, be delayed messages, disappointing news, aggressive messages sometimes with this card. Page of Wands is usually career messages, or it's a message that's about love and it's nice. I feel that, the situation is either around an air sign, it could be you, it could be a delayed message, but it could also be, with the Page of Swords, secrets. Because sometimes when you get the Page of Swords, somebody's withholding information from you when you get this card. So it could also be on some information being withheld. And I try to tell people as many, meanings of these cards as I can, because it can refer to many, many, many things. with this Page of Swords. Sometimes this is somebody wants to take action, but they don't do it. They need more information. Sometimes this card can refer to a spy, somebody who's doing a bit of a sneaky business going on here. Let's have a look at what your mental and emotional is around this Page of Swords. Well, it's not nice because you've got a Five of Swords. So some of you guys mentally and emotionally, you might be feeling quite angry because that's what the Five of Swords. It's an angry card. It's a bitchy card. Five of Swords is a card about sneakiness again. Both cards can represent sneaky energies. If there is somebody around you, Page of Swords, or if there's information, for example, the situation is information that's being withheld in a relationship, it might be that mentally and emotionally, emotionally with a, get your head into the card. How would you, if you look at this card, what does it suggest to you in terms of how somebody feels emotionally? Emotionally, the problem with the Five of Swords, it's another one of those cards in the tarot. You can be either or. You can be this person on the Page of Swords, on the Five of Swords, or you can be these two people. If you're the two people here, then you're defeated. So some of you guys, it might be mentally and emotionally that you feel defeated in a situation. It might be because there's somebody around you who might be withholding information, for example. It might be that somebody hasn't contacted you with that Page of Swords. It might be that, the situation is you haven't heard from somebody with the Page of Swords. It's delayed messages, remember. And it might be, if you're these two people here, it might be that you're feeling quite defeated emotionally and mentally around the situation. However, it could be maybe there's a delayed message, maybe there's an argument going on for some of you guys, and it might be that you're this person here, you want to get, it's a bit of a get back. So Page, Five of Swords, you can be the defeated or you can be the defeater. But the Five of Swords, I've seen this too many times when somebody wants to get the upper hand. So mentally and emotionally, for some of you guys, it might be that you are seeking to get the upper hand. Because perhaps with the Page of Swords, there's either some information that might have been, withheld from you. Often this is what the Page of Swords speaks about. It speaks about people that are withholding secrets. Somebody's not telling you something here with the Page of Swords. And it might be with the Five of Swords, some of you mentally and emotionally, you want to get the upper hand in a situation here. This is a card in terms of love. When it shows up, somebody is taking advantage. Somebody wants to get the upper hand often. Somebody wants to do a bit of a get back. It could be that there's some jealousy involved mentally and emotionally for some of you Gemini individuals. Let's have a look what the reason for this situation is. Well, it's because of the Fool. Tarot in the 21st century, you've got to treat it like 21st century. Had somebody come to me in a comment and say, no, the Fool is about, new opportunities and jumping into life and, taking a leap of faith and all of the rest of it. Yes, it is all of those things, but also the Fool card can be where you've been a fool. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what the Fool is. It's not that somebody's stupid, and it's not that you can be stupid and you can be a fool, because the Fool is zero. And if you notice on the Fool's clothing, Gemini, this person's got zeros written all over him. And the Fool is the beginning and the end, really. You get the World card as the last major arcana, but then you have to go back round again. You can't go back round again and be an emperor, when you've come to the end of the cycle, because that's not the way that the Fool's journey works. The Fool starts the journey off, he goes through all of the other 21 cards, and then he starts again. And no matter what he's learned, it's almost like with the Fool card, for me, I treat this as kind of like the advice card in the tarot, in a way. If we were to say, what does each section represent? For me, the Fool is not just about leaping into situations that we don't know much about, taking that leap of faith, going blindly, like blind faith a lot of the time with the Fool card, or new opportunities. It's also about making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Because no matter what that Fool learns through the reversed Hierophant, or the reversed High Priestess, or the reversed, Emperor, or the reversed Empress, or the upright Devil, doesn't matter what it learns, it'll always end up being the Fool, because it will go right back, goes right through to the end of the journey of the world, and then it just starts again. It will go through all again. And it's really a metaphor for life, that sometimes we never learn, and we're always the Fool. We're always doing the same thing over and over again. And that's what a Fool is. There's a saying, I don't know what it is, was it something, fool me once and then fool me twice? I can't even remember what it is, to be honest. I'm doing a George Bush on that, but the Fool is exactly what it is. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're wanting to get the upper hand. It might be mentally and emotionally that there's a bit of jealousy here. It might be that there's a bit of anger, maybe, because the Five of Swords is that. The Five of Swords is not a nice card. It really isn't. The Five of Swords shows up when people are bitching on you. The Five of Swords shows up when you're bitching on someone else, Gemini. The Five of Swords will show up when you want to stop somebody in their tracks. The Five of Swords shows up when you want to win a victory or you want to prove a point. Those are all of the connotations, and as a tarot reader, it's always important to experience every single one of those, the tarot cards, because when you start reading tarot, Gemini, the good thing with it is that you can, set up a journal, start writing a journal. Get yourself, for example, a little, I've got these little decks, these tiny little decks that I, put into booklets, and I'll write down my experiences and stuff like that. I'm going to be starting some tarot training courses at some point, probably later in the year, 2018, something like that. But, it's always good, because if you, as a tarot reader, can start writing down your experiences off the card, it means that you're not just limited to what a booklet tells you. This person that came to me and said, oh no, the Fool's this and that. Yes, it is, but also you can damn well be a fool. You can be a Nine of Swords. Oh dear, I'm really upset. Why am I upset? The Fool. I did something stupid, So for some of you guys, it might be that here, mentally and emotionally, you want to do a bit of a get back, maybe. Five of Swords energy. Maybe you're jealous. Maybe you are upset. Maybe you are wanting to get the upper hand with an individual, mentally and emotionally, because maybe they treated you like a fool, and it's feeding through to the situation being the Page of Swords. Did somebody say something to you? Did somebody not call Gemini? Did somebody withhold some information from them, some important information? Could be anything like that. But the root energy is, the reason for this is the Fool energy. It might be that you dealt with a fool for some of you guys. Fools in tarot, in love readings often, yes, they can signify a new relationship. You get the Fool and the Two of Cups. It can mean that there is a new relationship, but it can also say, well, a relationship's going to be fleeting. So for some of you guys, you might be, wanting to get the upper hand, and you might feel quite annoyed with that Five of Swords. Maybe you dealt with a fool. Maybe you dealt with somebody that didn't commit. Maybe you dealt with somebody that was withholding information from you. Well, what was the reason? What was the information that they were withholding from you? This is the situation. The root issue is the Fool. Maybe they didn't tell you that they were only into something for a short amount of time. All sorts of, explanations we can have with these cards. But one thing we do know for sure is this Five of Swords is your mental and emotional. For some of you, not all of you, for some of you, Geminis. And the Five of Swords, make no mistake with this card, it's not nice. I don't particularly like it in a reading. I really, really don't. Because I think that, on one hand, the card can be about a lack of confidence or doubt. That's on the kind of mental level. But if it's an action level, especially if it comes from the mental and it's something you want to do, this can often show up as you want to get the upper hand. You want to get back at someone. You want to take revenge. It's a revenge card as well. So mentally and emotionally, some of you may want revenge because somebody treated you like a fool, or because you feel like a fool, or somebody told you that they weren't that committed. What's going on in terms of the present situation in June for some of your love lives? Well, it's interesting because the crowning area, the situation is the Sun. And the Sun should really speak about positive things, happy things. However, this can be a Leo individual, the Sun, when it comes out. Sometimes this can speak about somebody's ego. Maybe somebody has an ego. If we were to follow the train of these, we'll see what comes up. But it shows something that's positive when you get the Sun. This should be showing something that represents renewal, happiness, faith, excitement, positivity, positive changes for the better, summertime. All of those lovely things comes up with the Sun energy. Okay. However, the Sun can also mean I got burnt, because the Sun card represents to be burnt. It represents to be hot. It represents something that's uncomfortable. Let's see, however, what comes under the present situation for your love lives. Well, you got a man showing here, male or female, King of Pentacles. So for some of you Geminis, there could be an earth sign in the present situation. This is showing a person here. But what's the person doing sitting there? What's the reason for this person in the present situation? Judgment. Well, there might have been a renewal of a relationship with this individual. It might also be that you've made a judgment. It might be when you get the judgment card in terms of love, sometimes this represents, dependent on what it's aspected with. If it's Six of Cups with judgment, you know that there's going to be a renewal maybe of a past relationship. If you get the Two of Cups with judgment, Ten of Cups with judgment, Ten of Cups with judgment can mean you seeing family members that you haven't seen in a very, very long time. Judgment card often means second time around, second chance, you know. Might be a person for some of you guys. It's a good card, the Sun is here, because it's saying that, you know, the situation is around something quite positive, something that looks really good, something that has good vibes, good energy around it, happiness, fulfillment, under which what's manifesting is an individual, male or female. Kings and Queens can show as either males or females. So King of Pentacles could be a woman, a female if you're a male watching this, with more kind of male energies, and the King of Pentacles obviously it's a man. So male or female, it can be a earth sign potentially, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or somebody who's very kind of earth based. So somebody who's usually King of Pentacles should show as a very responsible but cautious individual here. Maybe in which you've had a renewal with this individual. Could also be that you received a call from the individual out of the blue. Judgment shows up when you've received a call out of the blue. You didn't expect to get a call, but suddenly something from the past has come back and it's a surprise. Sometimes the Judgment card will mean, well, it's judgment time. It's time to make a very big decision. What's going on in your hopes and desires for June? Well, the situation is around decisions, Two of Pentacles. The situation with the Two of Pentacles in terms of love can often be, because Pentacles represent a physical situation, sometimes this will show up for news. Usually it's a written letter, so there might be something about correspondence here in terms of your hope. So the situation could be around correspondence. The situation could be around somebody who's been juggling two relationships. Two of Pentacles can often show a player and somebody who's kind of juggling two people. The situation with the Two of Pentacles can also be trying to juggle a relationship. So you might be trying to juggle work and balance it out with a relationship at the same time. But what are your hopes around this energy here? Well, to make a decision, Two of Swords. So some of you guys, it might be that you're facing a decision. Your hopes are to make a decision. It could be because the situation is either you, Gemini, have been playing someone here, but I can't understand why you would be this, mentally and emotionally. It might be that you're the ones that feel defeated here, maybe because you've done something silly with that Fool energy here. Okay, maybe you're the ones, because you are that Page of Swords, you are air. So you may have been withholding situations here. You may have been withholding something here in which mentally and emotionally you might be focused on conflict potentially here with the Five of Swords energy. Okay, it might be that you're the one that's focused on being the outcast. Outcast is also the Five of Swords. You see these two people walking away. They've been outcast from this one person here. For some of you guys, it might be that you've been withholding information and therefore your mental and emotional will be focused on being an outcast. Maybe you did something silly. Maybe there was a renewal with a King of Pentacles here. Maybe things looked positive, because we do have that Sun being the situation. So it's probably not that you're making a judgment on a relationship, but there was a renewal with an individual here showing up. This King of Pentacles and Judgment. Your hopes, though, will be to make a decision, because the situation is around having to weigh something up here. Why do you need to make a decision, though? There we go, because of the Eight of Swords. There's something that's suffocating, or something about being trapped, or something about some form. The Ace of Swords, when this shows up, it shows up a limitation. So it might be that there is a decision that needs to be made via Gemini, because there's a restriction in the relationship. And this is why it's saying that the situation is the need to make a decision. Two of Pentacles can also be a decision, needing to weigh things up. So things are being weighed up here for Gemini, the Two of Pentacles. It could also be that the situation is, because we do have a King of Pentacles here and we've got Pentacles here, it might be that the King of Pentacles has been playing around, because the King of Pentacles could be the one who's been balancing or weighing two relationships up in which you need to make a decision because of the Eight of Swords, possibly feeling trapped, possibly feeling angry, frustrated, or that there are restrictions in the relationship in which you possibly here Also with the Page of Swords, this area can be on an argument. So we're seeing your energies here, and the King of Pentacles energies possibly here, okay? The story so far for some of you guys may be, Gemini, that whoever this is, Page of Swords, somebody might have been withholding information here, okay? It might also be that one wants, because when you get the Page of Swords, sometimes this means somebody wants to strike, and we know that swords are an aggressive tool to use. So it might be that Gemini, the situation is Gemini wants to strike. And as a result of that, what's manifesting mentally and emotionally is that maybe you want some revenge. Maybe you're angry about something with the Five of Swords energy because you've been a fool. It could be that the situation is that everything was really glowy with the Sun card. With the King of Pentacles, there was a renewed relationship. However, around the hopes and desires, the situation is, well, maybe the King of Pentacles was messing about with two relationships, and Gemini now has to make a decision because there's a lot of restriction around this. Maybe you don't know what to do with the Eight of Swords. Your hands are tied because of what this person did. What's going on in terms of your expectations with love, Gemini? Well, the focus will be on cutting, and this is you again, cutting this person out. Okay, because the situation might be that Gemini is very hurt. When a Queen of Swords turns up in a love reading, sometimes it shows somebody who is deeply, deeply hurt by a situation. And as a result of that, what will you be expecting? Well, you're expecting the Ten of Cups. Now, that's an interesting one. Because if you've been hurt, what are you expecting? It's manifesting it as a Ten of Cups. So maybe your expectations are that you can resolve this situation, because the Ten of Cups also shows happiness, the greatest happiness, the greatest joy. It represents people coming together. It represents love. You can see, I'm just, for some reason, sometimes as a tarot reader, when you look at pictures, you notice little things. And you know, I'm just noticing the arm around here. So the arm around the shoulder here. Okay, so it might be that you are expecting a reconciliation. Ten of Cups, Judgment card, they're in the same reading anyway, in which there's been a reconciliation with this person here, and it might be that you're expecting maybe things are going to stay the same with this Ten of Cups. And why is that? Because the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles can be, well, we're working on this relationship. Let's go out, let's date, let's talk. Let's, communicate. If you're married, it might be, let's go to marriage guidance, for example. This Three of Pentacles can show up for a whole heap of shit. Three of Pentacles is not just a card, sorry. Ugh. My screen always goes off because it's hooked up to the other camera, so it tends to. Let's just get it back onto the screen so I can see the cards properly. So the Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, sorry, isn't always about work situations, okay? It might be a work situation. It might be, well, my expectations is we've got to get along because we work together maybe. So for some of you guys, it might be with the Three of Pentacles, you work with this individual. All right. So it might be, well, we've got to get along because we work together, with the Three of Pentacles. It's a work-based thing. I don't see how I can avoid this person. So with the Ten of Pentacles, let's make peace. Ten of Cups, sorry. Let's make peace because we work together. For some of you guys, it will be, I feel, that, still it stands the expectation of the Ten of Cups coming together, happiness, bygones be bygones. Let's just work through this thing, because maybe some of you guys have gone to marriage counselling. Maybe some of you guys have decided, you know what, let's overcome this thing. How do we overcome it? Well, let's go out on a date again. Let's go out and see a film, or let's go out and have some dinner. That can easily be the maitre d' there, and this can easily be the couple. What are the hidden factors coming in for some of you guys in June? Well, you've got the energies of the Chariot. So the Chariot can be, the situation can be around travel, potentially here. The energies can also be a player type as well. Usually when you get cards like Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, that show one person in control of two people, Devil card is another one. It usually shows somebody who has more power, or who's more in control of two energies, two people, for example. Might be the situation is around a player here. If it's a player, it will probably be this King of Pentacles who's been kind of weighing up or meddling with two relationships. Maybe you and somebody else, Gemini. The Chariot can also show the overcoming of an obstacle, but the problem is that the Chariot doesn't always represent the overcoming of obstacles. Sometimes it says you're dealing with opposing forces that you're trying to get through. This can also be a car journey, But what are you not seeing? Well, you've got the Five of Wands. So it might be a case of what you're not seeing is you'll try and overcome this situation with the Chariot. It might be that the situation is that this person is playing, because they've still one person here with two Sphinxes. All right. It might be that this is this person's energy, for example. They're still kind of, being torn in two directions. And as a result of that, what you're not seeing is maybe this person here is very conflicted. Why is that? Because of whoever it is that they're offering love to, the Knight of Cups. So it might be the King of Pentacles is conflicted because this person wants to offer love. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is traditionally a card about expressing love, offering love, asking somebody out on a date, blah, blah, blah. It's that type of thing with that Knight of Cups energy. It might also be that what you're not seeing is this person, the situation is this person's running with you and somebody else here, in which what you're not seeing is the Five of Wands. Maybe you've got some competition here. And why is that? Because this person might be saying, I love you to Gemini, but also I love you to somebody else, potentially with that Knight of Cups. They might be getting all over the place with this. What's coming up in the immediate future for Gemini in June, for some of you guys? Well, the energies will be around the moon, and the moon energy is about secrets. So it might be a situation in which the moon card is about hidden enemies. It's also about hidden knowledge, things that are being kept from a person, a secret that's being held. It can also represent with the moon where one's feelings are up and down, or there's a very crazy situation going on, or there's a very difficult situation going on that needs more time, more clarity. It can also be that one needs to use their intuition on a situation. But let's have a look at what's manifesting as a result of that moon. Well, strength. Strength can easily show sex, lust. So it might be for some of you guys there is a secret here. The energy is showing a secret. It could be around a relationship, because strength means lust in the tarot. It's another word for strength is lust. I'm going to see why we've got that card though. Because of the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think it's that, because we've got this Wheel of Fortune as the reason for strength. Okay, so it might be that the situation around the immediate future is there may be something here that is less than known. It might be that there is a lack of clarity in this situation. However, what's manifesting is possibly you and this person stay together. Strength also means two people that stay together. You'll notice with strength it comes after the Chariot. It's number 8 after the number 7. The number 7 means when we are trying to move towards a certain direction, but we're being pulled in two directions by opposing forces. The strength card means to master those opposing forces. So it might be that there is a certain there is a sense of imposing doom, because one doesn't know what's happening with the moon energy in the immediate future in June. However, what manifests is perhaps you guys overcome this situation because of a big change that occurs with the Wheel of Fortune. And what's the overall outcome for love for Gemini? Well, we do have that Nine of Swords being the situation, which classically shows worry. And I think that this is you, Gemini. It is actually your suit, worry. What's manifesting as a result of that? Possibly because Gemini wants to move on. 6 of Swords. And what's the reason for that? Because of the 9 of Cups. It might be that you'll feel to yourself, you know what, actually, I think I'd be happier moving on. Even though we do have the energies being around worry, and I feel that is for some of you Gemini people out there, this is your suit and this is you as well. You might be a bit upset because you'll want to move on. You'll decide, actually, I think I'm just going to leave this relationship. And that's because with the 9 of Cups, you know what, actually, I'm happier without this. It might be that in June, you try. You'll overcome this situation here with the Strength card because of the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune can suggest, well, something changes for the better. However, the overall outcome seems to suggest, well, this is an interim thing. So it could be the overall outcome happens July, August, whenever that is. But it could be that you try. But in the overall outcome, you're worried, you're upset, because with the 6 of Swords, it says what's manifesting as a result of that worry is, well, I'm thinking about moving on. I'm thinking about changing direction. I've had a change of mind. 6 of Swords also means to have a change of mind. So you might be worried because you've had a change of mind. And why have you had a change of mind? Because of the Nine of Cups. It might be with the Nine of Cups, not because you feel that you'll be happier on your own, but maybe you've discovered that this individual here is actually the Nine of Cups individual. Maybe this person doesn't care. Maybe this person's been having too much fun. Maybe you realise that this is just because the Wheel of Fortune is one of those cards that one moment it will be up and the next it will be down. How I tend to treat the Wheel of Fortune, Gemini, is I tend to use it as a card that says if it's in the reverse, things are stuck. It means stagnation. When it's in the upright, it means it goes round and round and round and round. So it could mean 1 minute it's up, 1 minute it's down, 1 minute it's good, 1 minute it's not so good. And we can see maybe that you guys here the situation is around trying to overcome, perhaps with this Chariot energy, opposing forces. So you're being pulled in two directions here. And it might be because you're being pulled in two directions. This is where the frustration and the arguments are coming in. And that could be because this person may be offering their love to all sorts. They may be too open emotionally with this Knight of Cups. In which immediate future says, well, even though the situation is very delicate with this moon energy here, it might be, moon does represent secrets, yeah, but it's not always the case. Sometimes this is somebody who feels really kind of up and down. There's an internal dialogue going on that's not very nice. It means up and down emotions. It means, your emotions fluctuate. So the situation with the moon can also mean, well, things are fluctuating here emotionally. It's an emotional card. But as a result of that, you decide, okay, let's give this relationship a go. Let's give things a go because there's been a change. There's been a brief change. Now, the Wheel of Fortune I often see as being temporary. Temporary changes is the Wheel of Fortune as far as I'm concerned as a reader. Because the Wheel of Fortune doesn't promise long-term changes. It says in the here and now, something might change for the better. But I feel that this is very much temporary because we've got you in the overall outcome. Gemini worrying here with the Nine of Swords. And that's because what happens in the overall outcome, you might just have a change of mind. Remember, the swords represent the mental. And when you get the Six of Swords, it's about changing course. So you might have a change of mind. And that's because of the Nine of Cups. Maybe some of you guys have met somebody else. Nine of Cups does mean to feel quite smug and satisfied. It might be in the end of the day, you decide to move on because you've met somebody else. It could be a water sign you've met, for example. It could simply be that I'm feeling kind of satisfied because I feel kind of good on my own. And I'm worried because I've had this change of mind. We're together now. We've overcome the trials of the Chariot and we've mastered this relationship here. But it's temporary. It's a temporary change that looks good. But in the overall outcome, Gemini is worried because Gemini may have had the change of heart, the change of mind here. And that's because of the Nine of Cups. Possibly because this person is a player. Or possibly because, I'm happier on my own. Gemini is happier on its own, or happier just being out with its mates, its friends, doing what it wants. Or it could just simply say, well, maybe, I've met somebody else. So I feel that all in all, we'll go through the reading quickly again, just to recap and just to kind of get this reading, down pat. I do feel that there is some form of I don't know whether this is an aggressive energy. It can be that there's been information that's been withheld with that Page of Swords. It can be that there's been delayed messages, possibly from this King of Pentacles energy. It could be that, with the Page of Swords, there's a bit of anger, wanting to strike, which is manifesting mentally and emotionally as Gemini. And I feel that this is your energy here because you're swords. I think Gemini wants to strike here. The situation is around you guys wanting the truth. Often when you get the Page of Swords as well, this is where the contradictory nature of the card shows up, because this can be somebody who withholds information, but it can also be somebody who's standing up for the truth. So it could be that Gemini is standing up for the truth. They're wanting to strike, and it's manifesting as Gemini mentally and emotionally. You need the upper hand on this situation. You're feeling quite angry, and basically some of you guys might want to get revenge. Some of you guys might simply be quite angry. You might want to cut somebody down to size because maybe with the Fool card you've been made a fool of, or you feel that this person's not particularly committed, or you just feel like you've gone into something with your eyes closed, or you feel that you've been made a fool of. Fools often mean fools. Sometimes they do within the tarot, and this is because for some of you guys in the present it might be that everything looked really good with the Sun. Everything looked like it was rosy in the garden. Would have been with the King of Pentacles, who perhaps there was a renewal of a relationship with. Maybe this person called you out of the blue. Maybe there was a resurgence of a relationship with the Judgment energy. However, the situation seems to have been that maybe this King of Pentacles was playing you and somebody else, in which you're hoping that you'll be able to make a decision because of the Eight of Swords. You're feeling a little bit upset, a little bit frustrated, your hands are tied. What is it that I do? I really like this person, but they've really upset me here. I feel like striking out at them. They've really upset me because maybe they made a fool of me. We came back together, everything was fine, but this person was playing other people. And now I'm hoping I can make a decision because I don't quite know what to do. My hands are tied on this situation. This person's got me between a rock and a hard place. What I'm expecting though is, yeah, let's make up. Let's be friends. You know, let's have a reconciliation here. Let's get through this. Let's have peace. You know, let me put the arm around. You know, I don't mind you putting your arm around me. Let's just say, yay, we got through this time. Even though the situation is that I'm feeling hurt, Queen of Swords, my expectations are we'll get through this. Maybe because you work together, got no choice. Maybe it's because, you know, you're married. Maybe it's because you're getting engaged. Maybe it's because, you know, let's just try and threes represent the beginnings of situations as well. So maybe, you know, let's start all over again. Let's make some plans for the future. Let's go out. Let's date. Let's go and have a drink. Let's go and have some food together. Let's go and see a film. However, what you're not seeing is that with the Chariot, could be that the King of Pentacles is being pulled in two directions. That's why this person is slightly frustrated and conflicted because he or she wants to offer their love somewhere else. Could also be that what you're not seeing is with the Chariot is that, you know, this relationship, the situation is showing that there are still opposing forces happening here. Could be that there's an argument, some disagreement with the Five of Wands, because this person here is offering his love to the world. Knight of Cups often offers its love in different directions. It's not the best card in terms of love half of the time, to be honest with you. The immediate future, however, says, well, you know, even though things are a little bit up and down with the moon energy, as a result of this, and it can also be this situation around the immediate future is there are some very, very deep and intense feelings going on here. So therefore, let's overcome this very sort of, you know, opposing forces energy with that Chariot. And let's master this relationship and come back together. Yeah, with, you know, you can see that the opposing forces are here on the Chariot, Gemini. But, you know, this is the mastery of that. This masters the energy of the Chariot. So, you know, let's come back together. Let's make it work. Yeah, we've had difficulties, but you know what? Let's just go with the flow. Let's work together on this because there's a temporary truce with that Wheel of Fortune. However, bloody computer's always changing. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, let's come back together with the Strength card. Let's make it work. You know, we're a strong team together. And that's because Wheel of Fortune, it's a temporary truce, temporary change. However, the overall outcome might see Gemini a bit upset here with the Nine of Swords because Gemini's actually had a change of heart. And that's because of the Nine of Cups. Actually, I think I'll be better off on my own. I don't really trust you. And I'd really like to just go out and have a good time with my friends and meet someone else. Could be, well, I've actually met someone else. So there you go. Ha ha. Could also be, well, I've had a change of heart because I heard that you've been up to your funny tricks again with the Nine of Cups. Going out and enjoying yourself with all sorts of people. Interesting reading for June. Some of it will occur for you guys. Some of it won't. But, and also with these readings, this can be very long ranging. So things like this could be occurring in June, but it might not be until what? July, August, September that things really take hold. Let me know what goes on with you guys, Gemini, but I really enjoyed doing that reading. Thought it was really, really interesting. That's your love reading for the month of June, my darlings. Thank you for your time.